Their Finest is directed by Lon Scherfig and written by Gabby Chappie, and it stars Gemma Arterton, Sam Claflin, Bill Nighy, Jack Houston, among others. This movie is about a former secretary. She's newly appointed as a scriptwriter for propaganda films, and she joins the cast and crew of a major production while the Blitz in London is going on around them. The film also deals with many conflicts in big and small spectrums, and it goes into the characters a lot more than you will expect watching from the trailers. I gotta give congratulations to the all-around cast. I have been a defender and supporter of Gemma Arterton for a long time, even when she was in crappy films. I love this woman to death, and in this film she gives one hell of a performance. Not only due to the times that this character finds herself in, but you can see that this character is very driven and she just wants to do her job. Not only for personal realization, for personal fulfillment, but she also feels that she can help through film. And that to me is a very personal sentiment, and a sentiment that I can relate to. And through this character, I got the best part of this film, besides something else that I'm going to call the best part of this film. Through this character you get real, thriving, fiery, living passion for film. You get that the director is passionate. You get that the writer is passionate. You get that these actors are passionate. You get that all the characters around are passionate. And this is what the movie is thriving to do, and it does so very well. Real passion for filmmaking, for what film can do for people. Every sentiment that film can capture on someone. This movie shows that it wants to do that. It shows that these people wanted to do that, and they fought for it in every single sense of the word. Also, Sam Claflin in this movie is amazing, and this man deserves to be in better films in general, and in more films in general. He starts as this typical asshole guy who's very macho-like and doesn't respect women in the work environment, but he grows into you. You start learning a little bit more about them, and you start seeing things from a different perspective, and they weren't exactly him being mean to this woman just because she was a woman. In fact, in many ways he was trying to protect her and defend her from other male persons who were actually trying to cause her harm in the work environment. And there is a love story in this film, but I have to admit, in a movie where the love story is not the movie itself, where the movie is not about their love story, it has been a long time where I cared so much about a love story and I find it so compelling. This is not the greatest love story of all time, but being that this is a subplot and not the plot of the film, I find these two shared great chemistry, they shared great banter, and we'll talk about the dialogue in a little bit, and they were all around very well constructed characters, and you could understand each other's thought process and mentality, especially given the times. Bill Nighy is as super charismatic as he can be, as he is always. In any movie this man is in, he is mega charismatic. He uses charisma out of his eyes. He shoots laser beams of charisma out of the screen and into the audience, and it always works. I like this man playing an actor, and I always find that funny when actors play actors, especially when there are actors in other times. And he was very egocentric in this movie, but in a very charming and funny way. This movie has great dramatic and comedy beats, and it always knows when to balance them out. This movie has a great sense of tone, and when to come in with one tone or come in with the other. You know that there's going to be a lot of drama because this movie is happening as the war is happening, and because they are shooting a war film. They are trying to promote the war and showing that people should fight and they must fight. They are also shooting this film with some other intentions that I will not spoil here, and that is for each and every member of the audience to decide themselves whether they support those ideals or not. I don't necessarily support the ideals and the intentions with which they shot this film, at least in Their Finest, the movie. But the characters are very well worked, and because of that I could understand why someone would decide to make a movie with these intentions. The best part of this film, besides the cinematography, which is very top-notch, is the script. The script of this movie is strong all around. This is a very solid script, again with great sense of drama and comedy, with great sense of character and character progression and development, but it also has great great dialogue. This movie has some of the best all-around dialogue and just well written from scene to scene, from story beat to story beat, from plot to plot. It presents several plots, but it always knows when to balance them out. And again, the script just all around. This is one of the best scripts of 2017. And although I said it balances out all the story beats and character beats, whenever they are first presented, it always seems like the story just stops. Maybe 5 minutes, that's it. But it always seems like, okay, we're going to have to pay attention now because this new plot thread is being introduced and we're going to have to care about it. And as it blends in progressively with the rest of the movie as it is going on, you start to care, you start to understand why this plot thread or this character or this idea was introduced into the film, but at first it always seems abrupt. There's also one major issue that I have with this movie, and it is a spoiler, so I won't talk much about it. They work a lot to make you care about something, and then one moment comes near the end of this movie, about 20 minutes near the end, and it just seems like you were made to care for something just so they could make that happen. And just so you would feel something in that moment. And looking at the whole picture, it doesn't really seem worth it. It is charming, endearing. This movie has a lot of heart on it. And it pays respect to the people who were fighting during this period of war, be it on the literal battlefield or just trying to promote the war for people to rise up and fight. The cinematography, acting, and characters are all top-notch, but again, the best part of this film is the script. And Their Finest is absolutely a must-watch. It is a hidden gem of film in 2017 and of British cinema, and it is absolutely a collector's item. What did you think of Their Finest, my beautiful geekies? Let me know your thoughts on propaganda films in general, and the films that tell the stories of propaganda films in the comments below. And as you go down there, go check out the link for the beautiful Geeky Community Facebook group. The link is in there as always. I have a surprise review for you on Sunday. I can't wait to bring you that review. It's probably going to be my earliest review of all time, so I'll see you then. And once more, thank you for watching. You guys are the freaking best. I love you from the bottom of my heart. And until Sunday, you stay beautiful and you stay geeky. And if you haven't done so yet, click the subscribe button and the bell so we can be geeky united!